Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, we are back with Abandon. I've been waiting for a news story like this for this game because I had so much fun, in the height of when everything was happening. And again, I don't take back anything I said at the time. If this was a cruel joke, it is a cruel joke, but it was to me, it was so much fun going through this just, destruction of a studio, destruction of human beings, all of that stuff that happened with Blue Box Game Studios. So, what we have here is tweets from Lance McDonald, somebody who's pretty darn good, pretty darn trustworthy. This came last night, actually. Blue Box Game Studios have now deleted most of the tweets that described specific future plans for their game Abandon. 3 months ago, they said there would be a playable demo soon, and also previously tweeted a lie about the reason the trailer app was 6 gigabytes was because it actually contained way more footage, but it just needed a small patch to fix a tech issue. After many months passed, all these tweets have been deleted. I don't think the game ever existed. A lot of people seem confused as to why PlayStation marketed this game so heavily. All indie devs are allocated a certain amount of marketing opportunity by PlayStation. Blue Box just blew the entire marketing load on a pre-teaser hype and have now gone flaccid. And I was like, all right, well, what exactly, is he talking about? So if you go to Blue Box, yeah, he's right. There are so many tweets missing. You can go back over like the last year. There's maybe 10 to 12 tweets in all that are still there, okay? A lot of tweets have been removed. So what does this mean? Well, I am kind of inclined to believe, Lance. I'm kind of inclined to believe, look, I mean, when this was all happening, there were only a couple subsections that you could go down, right? Either they're secretly Hideo Kojima, and it's Silent Hill or Metal Gear or something, right? That was obviously one. This entire thing was a fraud, and that, they were going to that. Another option was that they were kind of in over their heads, right? They were going to, the thing is real, they were going to do it, but they realized, hey, we can kind of get something off of, right? So almost a scam. A scam, not fully scam-like the third option, but this scam being, well, we are making a game, but it's literally just an indie game. Maybe it's good, maybe it's not good, but we see people kind of thinking we're this, and also we've done it to ourselves. That was a big thing for me, right? A lot of the stuff that Hassan and really anybody that was defending them had always gone to is like, well, the fans are doing it. We're not really. In fact, a lot of the things that we had jumped on as proof or theories or anything, right on, okay, well, this seems weird. They did it to themselves. We didn't create it out of nowhere. They did it to themselves. All right. So that's option number 2, was that they were making a normal game and then they saw the hype and they did it on purpose and they rode that. And then they kind of just stalled out. The third option, okay, which was definitely an option, is that some of the stuff being brought up about Hassan and Blue Box in general is that these are a bunch of scam artists in general. These guys have never done anything, specifically Hassan, has never done anything successful. They have a history of taking money and promising things. They have a history of just coming out with they did a bare bone, was it a mobile thing or something, and then they took it down. They have a long history of promising things and taking money somehow, and then they don't actually deliver literally anything. Now, again, that sometimes gets mixed up, and even in my mind, with the other ones, where it's like, well, how in God's name does a studio like Blue Box, does a man like Hassan, who's never really done it, like, I'm not afraid to, right? At this point, they could not even be real. At this point, they could literally just be frauds or scam artists. So I really don't have a problem potentially calling these people out. How does a man like Hassan, who's done nothing in terms of gaming development, okay, anything important, any history to show that he's able to lead any size development studio, right? How are they even able to get a team together to make a game like this, to win Sony's trust in a way, right? I mean, it's not like Sony's got like an exclusive deal with them where they're giving them like 500 million, like a Hideo Kojima like thing, right? It's not like that. But how do you wind up with Sony, right? In the way that they have, how does Sony do that if you're not real? And I guess the answer is, I mean, yeah, they honestly could have very easily fooled Sony. You could make the studio, you come out, you say, hey, we want to work on a deal with you. They do that deal. You get what Lance said, right? You get basically a marketing budget, and then they blew it all. And it worked. I mean, they had a lot of people into it. Their Twitter is pretty big. Blue Box is like a 65,000 people following Twitter. I mean, that's really good for an indie team. Really good. Now, they built that off of, scams. They built that off of false hope and stuff. And by the way, I'm not saying 100% like this is the end. God, I actually hope this continues, right? Because I love this. I secretly really do love this. But it's just looking like it's fake. Over the last several months, right? Anything that does come out is always negative, always seems like it's just bait from Hassan to do something, right? It just never seems genuine. And then ever since that first stupid teaser thing, right? Which was stupid. I mean, it was dumb. It was so stupid. They made us wait. It was delayed, all that stuff. Garbage, right? But after that, it's literally been nothing. Now, yeah, developers go dark for a long time. Then they come out and it's fully, ready. And you could argue, again, like I'm not saying definitively, you could argue they're purging their Twitter because they want to maybe finally try to clean up their mess, right? Where there's maybe a lot of false promises. Maybe they read it again and they say, you know what? This was kind of stupid for us to say, or this. I mean, there could legitimately be reasons. All right, I'm not. And again, I hope the saga continues so we can continue, so I can continue making videos and we can figure it all out. So I do hope there's more to it, and I do hope we get an actual answer, and that is a possibility. I do not want to dismiss that possibility, because I know there's some people that still think that. I know there's some people that still think it's Hideo Kojima, but at the same time, you do have to, I don't think you can ignore the sketchy past of the studio, of Hassan, of potentially Bait, right? Like the small island and his banner being Kojima, like, you know what I mean? Like all of that stuff seems very planned by somebody who doesn't actually have a plan, but just wants kind of the attention. So again, like if it turns out to be a big scam, it's still fun. This entire saga still would have been fun. I don't regret a single second of it. I don't regret any video. I don't regret anything I say, but I do think it's one of the scummiest things you could. And I've actually said that multiple times in past videos where like this should not actually happen, but I'm not gonna I'm not demanding it ends, because I do think no matter which of the three paths you go down, right? Which of the three options, they are all like, when have we ever had something like this? And that's what I said, right? In terms of people that say, hey, Alex, well, why do you still make the videos? Or you're giving them attention or this or that. And I say, well, like, when have we ever had something this fun? And it's not fun to everybody, but when have we had something maybe even like genuinely interesting like this? Almost like a literal scam artist, right? Trying to make it seem like it's something that it's actually not. How often does this happen in the gaming industry? The answer is not often. So do I want this to happen like every week? No. With like a different game? No, not necessarily, but I'm willing to see this through to the end. I really am. And at the same time, like I'm still very critical. You know what I mean? Like I've called them idiots, and all that stuff. Again, I have no real problem saying that. No matter what happens, this was not the way to do it, right? Say in some, multiverse, or actually say it actually happens in this universe that we currently live in. Say this is Hideo Kojima. This is not how you do this. You know what I mean? It's just, this isn't how it goes, okay? So if this is Hideo and this has been like almost a 2-year long, okay, like scam, but not really, because we actually get what we want with Metal Gear. All right, fine, or Silent Hill. Cool, but I would have preferred you didn't do this, because I don't really think this is the way to go. So really no matter, and then the other two ways, by the way, are literal scams. So I don't really know if that's gonna be liked in the gaming industry, right? So it's like no matter which way you go, I just think you could have done this better in terms of like an ethic, means, and so it is what it is, I guess, right? So thank God we got this story. As soon as I saw this, I was like, oh, this is a video. This is immediately a video. Hopefully we get more. I will, of course, keep you guys up to date on any abandoned news. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure you're all subscribed to the channel. Bell icons are not. If you want to follow me anywhere else, I have a Twitter, I have a second YouTube channel. We also have Patreon and YouTube memberships. The links for them all are in the description below. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you all on the next video.